Hey guys, Dean of DVD, and yeah, a little early birthday present here. My wife got me the iPad 2. I didn't really want the 3. I know the screen is supposed to be a lot nicer and everything, but I just like the 2. I like this cover on it. She dared me to go with green. I'm usually more of a black conservative type, and she said with something different. So this green, I kind of like it. Real nice cover, and then the back is covered with just a Belkin cover. You can see the actual iPad stuff, which I like, and it protects the back from getting scratched or anything. So I like the fact that you open it up, it turns on, you shut it, it turns off, and so anyway, I like the iPad 2. It's got iMovie on it, so I can edit videos, which I will be doing. Not necessarily for YouTube, but for family and so on. Anyway, this is a Criterion update. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Criterion movies recently. So I think I might have put one in a prior video, but I don't think I ever uploaded it. So I'll include that one, and then got some other ones, including some rare ones, so out of print ones. So we'll talk about those. First one, in fact, is I think this is one maybe I did show before, but not 100% positive. It's Akiru by Akira Kurosawa. This may be his greatest film. It's certainly his most emotional film. It's the story of a Japanese bureaucrat who finds out that he has stomach cancer and only has a short time to live. And it's the story of what happens, how he tries to find meaning for his life, how he tries to understand what his life was about, and end it in a dignified way, I guess. And then it tells the story in kind of two parts. The first part is the end of his life, and then it kind of flashes back through remembrances and so on to some earlier things in his life. Spy number 221. Here's the side of it, Kiru. And here's the back. A lot of special stuff on the back. Two disc edition. I'll give you a quick peek of that. These things are not that easy to open with one hand, but you've got the two discs. Disc 1 shows the main character, and disc 2 is a kind of a profile shot there. Looking down here, and you get a booklet. Most of Criterion Collection does include a booklet. This one does as well. And there is the booklet. Kind of sparse for a booklet, but more than most DVDs or Blu-rays have these days. So this is a DVD, by the way. I believe this one's currently in print. That's Ikiru by Akira Kurosawa. Next up is an out of print. This is Neil Jordan's Mona Lisa, starring Bob Hoskins. Yeah, Bob Hoskins plays a. He actually won. He won an Oscar nomination for his performance here. Plays George, a small-time loser employed as a chauffeur to an enigmatic, high-class call girl. His fascination with her leads him on a dangerous quest to the sordid underbelly of London, where love is a weakness to be exploited and betrayed. Criterion is proud to present Mona Lisa in a director-approved special edition. And this has got widescreen digital, audio commentary, the trailer. Not a lot of special stuff on this one, but I've always been intrigued by this movie. As I drop it to the ground. Oh yeah, I forgot I put it in. Okay, sorry. There's the disc itself. You know, fairly plain looking, I guess, but nice. There's a book with it. Nice looking booklet. Again, a thin one. The earlier ones had some thinner feels. Shows the cast. A little bit of a summary there. There's the casting credits. The chapter listing here. Picture. Yeah. Pretty cool. I always wanted to see the whole thing. I've seen bits and pieces of it over the years. I love the song Mona Lisa also. The Nat King Cole version. The movie starts out with that song. So just always wanted this one. It's out of print. Mona Lisa. Next, I got this one brand new. I did open it. Criterion. I did an unboxing, which I'll probably put up maybe later or something. But I wanted to put all the Criterions together. This one's Hoop Dreams, and it tells the story of two would-be pro basketball players, and it actually, this is a documentary shot over 5 years So it covers them from when they're in high school through college and follows them. Shows scenes from their games, obviously interviews behind the scenes, shows their family members. Just a wonderful movie. I've seen bits and pieces of this one also. I've never seen the whole thing. It's a long movie, 171 minutes long. So you're approaching 3 hours with this. 1.33 to 1 aspect ratio. Again, it's a DVD. But I've wanted this for a long time, and I finally got it. And I'll give you a peek inside of it. Just the looks like a uniform, front of a uniform there. This one's got actually a pretty thick booklet, similar to what I'm used to with Criterion Collection. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it shows some actual shots for their teams. This has a old look, like the paper looks like it's old enough you can pick up from this, but there's some shots there of the two players. It's a college basketball play for the Marquette Warriors. That's his card. Again, it's a pretty thick booklet. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but pretty thick booklet. I'll give you an idea anyway. Even looks like it's been signed and written on. I like stuff like that. Looks like it's been good stuff. Hoop Dreams. Hoop Dreams. Filmed in the 90s. I don't really know whatever happened to the two players that they focus in on. They may have made the NBA. There's certainly not anybody famous like LeBron James or anything, but they may have made the NBA as kind of bit players, guys on the bench, guys that you hardly ever see. Not really sure, but I'm interested to see the end of it. I've just seen bits and pieces. But Hoop Dreams, Criterion Collection. Next up is a Blu-ray, and this one is Breathless, a film by Jean-Luc Godard. I've wanted this one for a while. It actually, it goes this way on the shelf, but it's kind of cool the way they. I don't know why. There's no art to it, but I just like this cover. This is one of the ones that. It's spine number 408, in case you're keeping track. A lot of special features with it. It's a 90-minute black and white. It's in monaural or mono. It's in French with English subtitles, 1.33 to 1 aspect ratio. It stars Jean-Paul Belmondo and Jean Seberg, or Gene Seberg. It's a jazzy, freeform, and sexy homage to the American film genres that inspired Godard as a writer for Cahiers du Cinema. I don't know. But anyway, with its lack of polish, surplus of attitude, anything goes crime narrative, and effervescent young stars, Breathless helped launch the French New Wave and ensured cinema would never be the same. It's often pointed to as a really revolutionary movie in a lot of ways. I'll put it this way. Kind of cool, though. I'll show you the inside here. Can I get different scenes from the movie here, and then also on the back, different scenes here. It's one disc, and really thick book. Give you an idea, but I'm not going to go through everything. There's the pictures, there's reviews, articles. I do like it when Criterion puts out all these pictures and articles and things, cast and credits chapters. Really well done Blu-ray. Really looking forward to watching Breathless by Jean-Luc Godard. Maybe I'll even figure out how to pronounce that one place he worked for by the end of the film. I don't know, but never seen it. Never seen any scenes from it. I just know that it's been talked about as a movie that a lot of people feel really influenced cinema, French cinema in particular, but cinema in general. So we're looking forward to watching. There's the side of it. There's the other side of it, which shows a kiss going on there. Yeah. Breathless, Jean-Luc Godard. Now we get into some out of prints, stuff that's harder to come by. This one a lot of people really want. It's DVD. It's Alfred Hitchcock's Rebecca, based on the story by Daphne du Maurier. Tells the story of a woman who marries a man who's recently widowed, or fairly recently widowed. Spy number 135, by the way. Here's the side. And this one stars Joan Fontaine as the young woman. We never really name her, by the way. And she falls for the dashing Maxim de Winter. And it's really really good stuff here. Actually, Laurence Olivier starred as Maxim de Winter. So lots of extras on this one. It's a 2-disc set. And here's the first disc right here, which holds the movie. Pretty thick booklet here, along with a 2002 list of Criterion films at that time. Really thick. It's a black and white movie. Don't be fooled by the color in the booklet and on the discs and on the cover. It is a black and white movie. Joan Fontaine, she's beautiful in it, and Sir Laurence Olivier. And I guess he would be considered dashing in it. But anyway, it's there's the first disc, and then back here is the second disc, which holds the extras and so on. Really cool stuff. Anything by Hitchcock, I think, is pretty well done. This is one of his earlier works. I think it's the first time he appeared in a movie on film. Of course, he appeared in all the movies that he made at some point after this one. So this was 1940. This one was made, black and white. I believe pretty much everything he put out after that he appeared in, and he does appear in this one. There's also a couple scenes that they show on the extras here that he appeared in, but they didn't use in the movie. But really interesting movie. It's scary in an odd sort of way. She's the wife of this gentleman, this rich gentleman. She's out of place. She's trying to, in a way, take the place of Rebecca, who's died the prior year in a drowning accident, and the maid and the big house, and it just all seems so out of place for her. And she's trying to fit in. Meanwhile, there's possibility that the ghost of Rebecca is on the grounds, or certainly somehow present. So, Rebecca. Not Hitchcock's best film, but a good film nonetheless. Okay, another out-of-print one, and pretty hard to get. I got the DVD as opposed to the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is way more expensive than the DVD, but the DVD is even going for a lot. And I actually like this cover art better than I do the Blu-ray or DVD. What they did with, this is The Third Man. Carol Reed directed it. Orson Welles stars in it, along with Joseph Cotton and Holly Martins is in it as well. It's an all-time classic thriller. It basically takes place in post-war Vienna, and Joseph Cotton is searching for his long-lost friend, Harry Lime, and Orson Welles plays him. A lot of extras on this one. They came out with, this is 104 minutes, by the way, 1949, black and white. It's in mono. It's a 1.33 to 1 aspect ratio. This is considered to be one of the best, if not the best, kind of gangster-type movie. It's got a wonderful soundtrack. You may have heard parts of it, but it's on the zither. It's a pretty interesting instrument, and it's well known for that zither recording of the instrument throughout. But it's got this has got a restored picture. They restored it afterwards. After this one was released, they came out with another restoration. I've seen both. I'm not really sure which one's better. The newer one is darker and probably has a little clearer separation of blacks and whites, but this one's easier to see. I mean, this is a movie that's filmed often at night, and a lot of scenes in the dark in Vienna and in alleyways and things, and more difficult to see. I think the soundtrack was slightly improved, but I'm happy with what I got here. I do like this cover better. I actually like the disc artwork quite a bit on The Third Man. And I got this one used, but really nice shape. It does come with a booklet here. Let's see, not a very thick booklet, pretty thin actually. Got a chapter list here, some production credits, special thanks, and just kind of a general essay here by a film critic from the Chicago Tribune. And it just says the third man here on it. But I'm really looking forward to watching it. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie. It is a classic. It's a very rewatchable movie. So I'm looking forward to seeing it again. It's like I say, it's been years, and I just know it's a really good gangster movie. And Orson Welles plays a real scoundrel in this one. So the third man on Criterion, spy number 64. Getting low. Last but not least, really looking forward to this one. I'm not going to open it because I think everybody's seen it by now recently. But here you go. Tyler's been asking me about this one. When are you going to add Godzilla? Well, I got Godzilla. I had a bid on eBay. I got it in really good shape. It was used, but the disc looks really pristine, so I'm not too worried about that. It does have a little bit of a crease here on the insert that goes in, but again, I'm not too bothered by that either. It's just, I think in time I'll get that down to where I want it to be, but it's just a little bit of a crease that took place there. But the outside box is good. Godzilla, what are you going to say about Godzilla? They say it's the granddaddy of all monster movies. Certainly, it's. I've seen this one years ago, and I've seen the American remake, The King of All Monsters, with Raymond Burr. The original's way better. The Americanized version, not so good. But really looking forward to Godzilla. It's been years since I've seen it. Classic movie. The themes in this one, the abuse of nuclear power, the fact that when you do something really dramatic, you have to pay the consequences, and there are consequences for just about everything we do. And the themes of this go beyond the fact that a monster came out of the sea. It came out of the sea because man did some things that man should have thought twice about. And it raises the questions, are there other things that man, whether they be Japanese men or American men or any other men or women, do that might have consequences as well. So it has that theme kind of underlying it. But a classic movie. Really looking forward to it. Directed by Ishiro Honda. Got a nice cast in it as well, but it was very well done, and we're looking forward to it. It is black and white. It's about an hour and a half long, a little over that. It's in Japanese, of course, with English subtitles and a 1.37 to 1 aspect ratio. This is the Blu-ray edition. So 1954, this came out. Godzilla. So just to kind of recap, Godzilla on Blu-ray. And also on Blu-ray, Breathless by Jean-Luc Godard, The Outer Prince, The Third Man, Rebecca, and Mona Lisa. And then the ones that are still in print, as far as I know, Kiru by Akira Kurosawa. I really recommend this one, by the way. If you haven't seen this one, see if you can watch it somehow. It's a wonderful movie. I haven't watched the whole thing yet, but from what I've seen, it's wonderful. And finally, Hoop Dreams. Seen parts of it years ago, never saw the whole thing. Can't tell you how it ends, but it's a 3-hour documentary. So, really happy with the Criterion stuff I picked up, guys. And that's it for now. I've got some other stuff that I picked up that I just haven't, kind of lazy about making some videos lately. I haven't been getting great responses. Not a lot of comments, so it's not really pulling me in like I hoped it would. I'm not really eager to appear on camera. I'm not real keen on getting a lot of steelbooks. I know a lot of folks are. I'm more interested in getting, the classic movies, the Criterion stuff, movies I really like. And I'm going to get some steelbooks along the way, but they're going to be movies that I really, cherish, as opposed to I just want to get a steelbook. So anyway, that may put me outside the normal populace, but I'll take my chances. Comment, subscribe. And I don't even care if people subscribe. Well, I guess I do because they come back, but more importantly, I'm looking for people to comment. I was really looking for some interaction to talk about these movies and other movies and recommend movies and so on. And I'd hope that YouTube would be kind of a forum for that, a way to kind of see up close and personal what these things are, and then maybe talk to the people who have seen them or who want to see them or who can recommend something else based upon these. Anyway, I've kind of been discouraged a little bit. So I'll still make them from time to time, but just not probably as often. I'm just a little bit discouraged these days with the responses I'm getting. But that could always change. All right, guys, have a good day, evening, afternoon, whatever it is where you are. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.